Hey, how's everybody doing? There's a truck going by. Oops. Okay, here we go. I wasn't supposed to go live now. I had like 20 seconds, but whatever. Welcome to the Animation Dojo. Again, today we're going to be jamming. So it's not really a class. Next class is going to be Tuesday. On Saturday, I'm filming a video back in Panama City, so I'm not gonna be home. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. But today we're gonna be jamming on Chauncey Nims and the intro for the show. So let's just bring back Chauncey right away. So we're on the brink of finishing the rough animation, and I already finished the cycle. It's only like a couple of frames to go, so I left it at that. It's like, yeah, and then he settles. So that's what we got so far. So let's continue. Almost done. Like all this cycle. Then it comes here. He starts like bending down. So we're coming from here to here. That's a bit abrupt. So maybe something that looks like this. Maybe going in the fingers a bit. So now, something that looks like that, maybe. Yeah, I think that would work. Actually, I'm not really convinced with the position of this head, because you see it's a little bit erratic, going from here going up and then down here. So let's see. What the audience can reposition this head. So here we got here, and from here to here. So maybe it would be something along the lines of this, just a bit. Oh, that's better. It's a better transition. Okay. So the features are going to be begin to soften as he settles. Still. Okay, something that looks like that. The neck is receding too much. He has a little bit more neck, so yeah, that's better. A bit of this here. So okay, so this afro is kind of gaining volume. Yeah, it is. So this line should be somewhere around here, more so than all the way up here. Okay. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna start like cleaning up the once we finish the sequence, like do a little bit of cleanup today. But there are some issues with the hands I want to fix. So yeah, we'll get there when we'll get there. So we got this. Okay, we don't need the onion skin here. The head is gaining volume here, so. Okay. That's down. See. Okay. This is not much. Okay. So we got this. Whew. Let's see. Okay, so we got so this could gain a lot of volume here. So let's bring it down a bit into the position we need it. So I'm showing you this arm. Move it back a bit. Okay. At this point, I'm trying to get as many like uh, reference points for where things go, like the knuckles. This might not end up in the cleanup because normally you shouldn't be able to see that, and it happens really fast. But to find like where the shapes are, like you might do like extra work just to keep everything consistent. So okay, we got the jawline. Let's change the orientation of the eyebrows. It's been scowling for far too long, so probably something that would look like this. And she's getting ready to blink. See, so we're coming from an extreme expression. Hey, what's up, Roy? Yeah. For my praying mantis. Oh, dude. There we go. Just get closer to the face. And let's get rid of the onion skin. So he is coming from to okay, settling down. And he will blink here, then he'll settle down. Okay. Here. We need to move the just a little bit back. Just a little bit back so we can fit this. And this eyebrow shouldn't be that. Yep, good. Same thing here. See the afro cutting in here, so there we go. There we go. Okay. Dude, Toad is strongest. Wow. Wasn't that from Kung Fu Hustle? Yeah, dude. Oh no. It's the Toad style from Show Long. Oh dear. Dude, I love that movie. Yeah, there's a thing about the director of that movie, Stephen Chow. Like, he basically combined kung fu movies with Warner Brothers, like Bugs Bunny style. That was just very refreshing because, yeah, dude, like the Shaw catalog of movies, like they're all amazing, but it's always like it was like encapsulated in one style. Like Stephen Chow just grabbed it and put that element of comedy that went like beyond Jackie Chan. Like, though everything looks dirty in his movies, though that's the only thing that like rubs me the wrong way. Oh, the Five Deadly Venoms. It's one of the great ones. I mean, I've always been partial to one-armed swordsman. You know, it's just like uh, when I was in school, like I would come home and there was like afternoon cinema. They will always be playing like kung fu movies, and I don't know, like one-armed swordsman was in rotation for like a year, and I watched it like every 4 days they would play it and do that. And I didn't mind. Like I love that movie. That one and the Flying Guillotine. Okay, so we got. something Wong here. There we go. Should be better. Oh, I know what's Wong. This. It doesn't have like that pronounce of a. So here isn't what's interesting here is that I separated the fro from the main character because there's gonna be a little bit of like overlapping action here. See, like he's like the afro cells. So I have to draw the character from this position on without a fro, but we're not there yet. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. Like, well, we had those two in Panama. Like, you paid like $1.50, and you can watch like 2 or 3 movies. And that was the afternoon, man. I remember, like, me and my brother would wait for my mom to get out of her job. Like, we got out of school, go to the cinema, watch movies all afternoon, and wait for our mom to pick us up. Like, dude, those were the days, man. You could go to the movies with like $3. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there was a watermelon. Yeah, watermelon monster. I don't know if you remember. There was a movie where it was like a chick fighting, and she fought like silkworm style, and she will encapsulate like the enemies in a cocoon and then beat the crap out of the cocoon. That was really funny. And yeah, man, so some of those movies were really silly, but nobody cared. Like it was a lot of fun. Here, we can do something a little bit more dramatic with the fingers. So it's important to see the trajectory here. So I should be a little bit further back around here. Uh-oh, yeah, I drew it where it's not supposed to be. But no problem. We can erase this. We can cut it. And paste it. There we go. Sorry for the confusion there, but yeah, there you go. Okay. Wait, why is this? There we go. Okay, I'm doing stuff that make no sense, but I'm just fixing something because I got distracted. So this only will take a second. I created another paint bucket. So there we go. The lines I don't need. Let me look this one up. The nose is kind of big. Let's bring it in a bit, just like this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Some nails here. All right. Right now, I think we are still on Eastern time, but it's all on you. Like you're the guys who changed the time. That's why it's so difficult for me. Like to know exactly where we're never in Pacific time, but we shift from Eastern time to Pacific time. And yeah, and whenever you do time savings, then we'll be on Mountain time. It's one of those World War II things you guys used to do. Remember, we're closer to the equator here. Hey, what's up, Lunarverse? We're jamming today on the intro. Doing Chauncey Nim's Tiger Style Specialist or something. I don't know. Okay, that's too high. He's lowering, so let's look for that line. Should be around here. There you go. Move it a bit. There we go. And the nose should be around here. Okay. So now we're going to see some trapezius here, clavicle, a little bit of the deltoid, chest muscle. Oh yeah, so okay. I think we can call this good. I mean, normally I will review this animation like several times before I go. Oh yeah, the Afro pick. I'm thinking I'm gonna do something with that. Some person like he's gonna have an Afro pick like him at Lucid sometime. So this is what we got so far. He's going like sweet and like real exaggeration there, and then settle down in this position. And now, just for the sake of showing it, because I need to review this some more, check some volumes on the size of the muscles and the volume on the head. But now we can jump onto cleanup. So I'm gonna do a couple of cleanup drawings here, so you can guys see like what that process is all about. And yeah, normally when you finish your rough animation like we just did now, you go to your first frame and you start doing cleanup. I'm using OpenToons, our Lunarverse, and this is an open source software, and it's really keen to Toon Boom. Like I used Toon Boom in school, and I've worked with Toon Boom professionally, and it's a very expensive. I mean, it used to be like 10K when I was in school, and then I think right now it's like $74 a month. Toon Boom. But somebody told me like, hey, this is the software that Studio Ghibli uses, and it's really cool and whatnot. It's called OpenToons. I checked it, and dude, this has everything. The only problem with OpenToons is that you have to be really careful. You have to save often because it's not the most stable of platforms. And the things like I've learned to use with unstable platforms before because I come from the CGI world too. And I worked in 3ds Max, I worked in Maya, and worked on Softimage. And boy, 3D Max is, I mean, way back when, like 2010, 3D Max, 3ds Max used to crash all the time. So just save often, and you'll be safe. So, okay, so the procedure now, to clean up a drawing, you work with paint buckets, which is what you will be seeing over here. So basically, you'll create your pen. Yeah. There you got your pen, which is something like it's a paint bucket just like this one, but you come here to your raster menu, and you can choose like you want like an ink pen, you want a sketch pen, like you have a lot of like different brushes here. And I'm not gonna go into that. Like I rarely use any of these because normally I'll just do like solid colors here, and I would do effects and whatnot in a compositor like that's more dedicated to that, like After Effects or Blackmagic Fusion. It's another good one. And as opposed to Adobe, which has like that monthly fee, the Blackmagic products is a one payment thing. So I will recommend you guys check them. Like there's a free version for DaVinci, Fusion. I think Starlight is for sound. They're really good. I use them professionally. Like I have the paid version, which is what's like $300, like 3 years ago, and I haven't looked back. So yeah. So basically, you'll have your paint bucket here, which is like your outline in black ink, and then you have your fill colors for the skin, for the eye, for the eyes. I use the same black for the pupils. For like the bottom lip and the nipples, I have another paint bucket, a bucket for the fro and the pants, and a bucket for the buckle here. So normally that's how you go about it. The cool thing about OpenToons is that you can change if you want to do something different with your paint bucket. For example, like let's change the color of the outlines. Everything that was drawn with this paint bucket in mind, you can basically change the color of it. You know, let's do that. Let's keep like something that looks closer to the skin, but then something like that, and then do another color here for the fro, just a little bit darker. And then with our fill up option, you can use freehand, and you said you just want to paint the lines, and this way just go like this. And I'm painting only the outlines of the afro. That way, like the skin looks, I don't know, it's a look. It's, you know, you can go for something like that. Shoot the eyebrows. Let me save. It's not very like resource demanding OpenToons. Like I was using it with a change from the mode from lines to areas. Freehand to normal. Now we have the eyes. Now I have to change the lines here. Whoops. Freehand. There we go. I've already cleaned up a couple of the drawings, but I have to do the same process on the others. So I'm gonna do that later. I just want to show you like the procedure of how you go about to clean up your drawing. So here you really need to be checking out the volumes. For example, here in the forehead, you see this line is like going in a little bit. That's something that should be addressed because there's going to be a shift in volume. So here, how we go about that is use the prior line as a reference and just bring it in there. So you see, it's still moving, but it's keeping the consistency of the curves. So, yeah, so when you're cleaning up, it's all about keeping your volumes. Okay, maybe I should go a little bit into the line here because the cheekbone is a little bit more pronounced. This line is a bit too long, so let's erase it. There you go. Yeah, this is like tedious work, but and many softwares have many tools for you to keep like track of this. But as always, as always tell everybody, like, take the long shortcut, learn to do it this way. So when you use the tools that softwares have for you, like it makes more sense what you're doing. So here we go. This and this. Yeah. I mean, if we're doing this like completely analog, like pencil and paper, you'll just clean it up with a pencil. You know, keep it like very clean lines. Scan it and paint it digitally. And if you want to go on the Wayback Machine, like the cleanup would have been done on cell shading, on cells, on the back of the cell. So basically, you'll be making the drawing backwards. And yeah, I never worked like that. So. Wow, there's a baby crying somewhere. Hey, what's up, Art? Ah, dude, the great Art T Bear is in the house. The boss. Yeah, I assure you, the pages are coming, Art. Uh, dude, I'm doing a book for this lovely man called High Octane. It's a supplement of Sins of the Father. Get it now on Indiegogo, dude. Like, watching this man work, his pages are just an inspiration and letting me know that I have a long way to go, man. Like, so yeah, this is so cool. So okay, we got this. There we go. So got this. All right. Okay, now we're good. Let's continue. Now, the lips. a little bit more pronounced. So you see, it's always like keeping in check where things are coming and where they're going. That way you can keep like control of your volumes, which is half of the battle. And also keeping consistency on your line weight. Like if you're doing this in vector, like keeping the line weights, it's not that difficult because basically you can control the width of the line. So again, if you're in production, no problem with vector. I advise you to do it with raster first. So that way you know like the value of things. That's always used to tell me like take the long shortcut. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm not using like line stabilization or whatever that how that's called. It's just a matter of practicing like long lines, and that way, even though it's imperfect, because if you do it completely perfect, like it's gonna show. It's gonna look like artificial. So again, learn to control your lines. So you see these little spaces that you can see like little white dots. Yeah. Well, I haven't been to the Navy SEALs, but that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Oh, so you see this little like white dots, like that's a problem that OpenTune has, but there's a way around that I discovered through practice. So you can grab your paint bucket and change it from normal to freehand, and then just go into the offensive areas and just fill it out with the proper color. Something like that. Now that's this. Now start paying attention more to the musculature and how it's flexing. For example, he's bending the forearm a bit, so you're gonna get a little bit more of the bicep. So let's put this line on top a bit, not that much, just a little bit. There you go, like this. There you go. Something like this. So the hand starts to turn, but see the hand is a little bit chubby on the rough. So let's pick the line inside. We got this here. Okay, this works. Ooh. Hey Art, if you have the time and you wanna stream together, like I want to do an episode with your characters at some point, so I'm gonna hit you up in the like getting like black and white ready for animation, or maybe chrono mechanics. Like you let me know, man. I'm game. So, okay, here, this is very like muddy. So I might like draw through the form just to find the line of where the thumb is. And then just erase. This line is a little bit dirty though. Let me just bring the eraser down and just do a cleaner line here. Okay. All right. See how that hand is turning? See, for example, here, this hand here is a little bit too big. Just come in here. Bring it in a little bit and just fix what needs to be fixed. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And go ads. Yeah, so here we go. Hmm. Whew. Okay, so this is tricky. This is more of. So, okay, so the finger, the shape of the finger is not really a cylinder, it's something that looks like this. All right, so I have to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't need these lines. Getting things dirty here. This nail down needs to be a little bit. So yeah. So okay, guys, like this is kind of repetitive, so I might jump. I'm not gonna clean all this sequence in front of you. We're already on an hour 15, so I'm gonna just jump the process and show you how you do like shadows on animation, like shadows and highlights, which are normally done on another layer. So yeah, this is something I'm gonna finish in my own time, I guess. This is kind of tedious for you to watch. Okay, let me see. So okay, let's say you just finish your whole cleanup session and it looks like this. Now, how do you go about uh, doing shadows? Normally in animation, you won't apply shadows on the same level or layer because if you screw up the shadows, you screw up the artwork. So normally what you would do is you would create another layer. In this case, to raster level. Uh, choose a, a direction of the light. Let's say our light is coming from this is a storyboard like arrow for light. It should be like a cylindrical uh, sign. So let's say our this means our light is coming from front to back and from left to right. Right. So how would that affect our character. Let's get rid of this. So if we got that light direction, let's choose a pen. Let's use ink again. And you go like completely solid. Like if it's coming from that, you're gonna get the shin is gonna over this. And this looks like very like, you know, severe as shadows go. But the thing is like we're gonna apply effects to this layer, so you need something that's very defined. Looks like this. Maybe all this would be in shadow. Yeah, let's make it more dramatic so you can see how to illustrate this better. Yeah, we got a little bit of light on the ear, so the cool thing about this method is it doesn't really matter what software you're using. There are ways to apply these shapes that you're drawing and turn them into like really cool, smooth looking shadows. So the procedure is the same. As we jump onto the other software I want to show you, which is called Mojo, I'm going to show you a more like studio-like procedure on how to go about production. But this is more like the basics on learning how to animate. And this is something that, I mean, if you really want to learn, this is something you need. That's why I'm being like very adamant on showing you this and catering the classes to like strict animation. Yes. I mean, and you can make the shadows as complicated or as simple as you want. If it's done properly, it's gonna look good. So keep that in mind. So let's say we're happy with this, and these are the shadows we want. So at least in OpenTunes, you would go then to save first, and up here you have a drawing, basically user interface or UI. UI, you have a cleanup UI, which I never use. I clean up directly in drawing. You have a palette UI, which is like for coloring. Again, I color in drawing. This is supposed to be like your palette for doing cleanup. As I said, I've never used any of these. So, I don't know. If you learn how to use them and see any value, let me know. And then we come here to animation. Now, in animation, here you have an UI called FX schematics. And this is where the magic happens. So basically, if you're going to do like camera movements or complete things that have nothing to do with character animation, but like moving planes and whatnot, your effects schematic, you change it to stage schematic, and then here, like, this is your camera, and you have your different layers here, and you can like subordinate one to another. Like, I would like to get the column 1 be a child of column 3. That way, if I move column 3 like on translation or scale or whatever, column 4 will follow it. So that's the thing. Like, you parent them like this. It's very intuitive. It's node based. So if you've worked in Softimage or Avid, this will be very familiar to you. But now we want effect schematics, and in effect schematics, you see you don't have like the nodes to subordinate one layer to another, but you can add effects to the layers. So here, up here, you have the normal look, and now we're gonna turn on effects. It will give you like since we don't have a background, it's gonna be transparent behind. And now we're gonna apply an effect to column 4. So the keep order, I'll bring it back a bit. And the first thing I'm gonna apply, you go to layer blending, transparency. And you see, you're making the layer transparent. If you wanna, sorry, the things like it shows in the other screen. I have to bring it in. Like, you can play with the transparency, like how transparent you want it to be. And I like to keep my shadows at 60. And we can call that good. Like, it's looking nice. But what else can we do with this? Let's say after transparency, we insert another effect, and we get a little bit of blur. Now the blur is going to be like very, very pronounced. Like, let me get really close. Like, you see, it looks kind of weird, but you can always, like, you know, sorry, you can always like work around it. So let's bring the blur dialog on. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, but let's bring the blur down to 2. And yeah. There you go. So you see, like, maybe we can make it a little bit more transparent, like maybe a 75 would work better. Like, yeah. So, for example, if we want to do highlights, because normally in OpenTunes, like, as far as I go with effects, it's shadows and highlights, and not cast shadows, like shadows on the character. So if I want to do a highlight, it's the same procedure. We go back to drawing, and I already know the direction of the light, so I'll do a raster level. No, a toon raster level, sorry. Here we go. And then I get an ink pen, and let's give it a highlight like an orange highlight. It's gonna look nice. So again, you just and I'm going really fast. Like I wouldn't apply that many highlights to a character unless I want it to be like shiny. You know, like he's sweating and whatnot, but I really want to think about how much he's sweating. So yeah, I wouldn't apply that much highlights. That's what I mean. So let's say we get this and this over here and this over here. And let's call this good for now. Let's add another one here. So again, we'll go to our animation, and you see, like we already have like the shadows applied. But column 5, wait a minute, let's go here. Column 5 should be a child of column 3 too. And let's add some effects to column 5. Here we need a compound effect that you can find it under the light menu called glow. And glow adds blur, and let me just bring this down a bit. See, it's a little bit too evident, the glow here. So I mean, you double click it and you'll get a menu. So let's bring the brightness down to maybe a 60, maybe a 50. That way you get like a warm tone. And actually, I don't like the orange highlight on the glow. And you can find ways to do it, like on the animation user interface. But a quicker way I've found, it's basically go back to drawing, and you just change the color of it. Like for example, let's get a new color here. Needs to be a pen, and with R, freehand areas, there we go. Freehand lines. Actually, this should be normal. Just there we go. Go back to animation. So yeah, basically that's how you apply shadows and effects, always in a different layer, so you can apply effects to it. If you do it in the same layer, like the glow would be applied to the whole character, and it would be like a shiny ghost. That's not, unless that's what you want, but more than likely you won't. Then you want it on another layer. So yeah, guys, I think we're already an hour past. I think this was good, right? Like, I don't know. You guys let me know. So yeah, man. This Saturday, I'm not gonna stream this Saturday because I have to go back. I have to go to the city I'm filming something. But I see you guys next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is gonna be class. We're gonna be doing a run cycle. So coming from the walk cycle, we did a jump. Now we're gonna do a run cycle, and I did a run cycle with one of Art's characters. So more than likely I'm gonna pick up a character from a friend's IP, do a model sheet, and we'll do a run cycle with that. So that's gonna be fun. So tune in on Tuesday for that, for the run cycle class. And dude, I'm getting questions in Spanish on the videos. So I guess people are onto me with my Tony Montana accent. So I'm gonna start doing the animation dojo on in Spanish, and I think it's gonna be today on Thursday. So Tuesdays is gonna be class in English. Thursdays is gonna be class in Spanish. Let's see where that goes. If you guys another day for jamming, like jamming is gonna be on Saturdays. But if you want some more, just let me know. So yeah, guys, thank you for being here with me. This was the Animation Dojo, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. Right? That's what we got. Chauncey Nin's going. So, all right, guys. Thank you for being here with me, and I see you guys on Tuesday. Cheers.